You may not think about video games as historical artifacts, but they are now worthy of a museum. WRTV's Taj Simmons shows us a program in the Luddy School at IU Indy is both playing and preserving old games.
This collection is going to take you back to the past.
There really is a miraculous moment when someone can actually pick up a controller from like 10, 20 years ago and really play it as it was kind of meant to play.
IU Indy professor Matthew Powers established the Media Arts Research and Learning Arcade, or MARLA, to give these games and consoles an extra life, because anything that's not saved could become lost.
Right now, the video game community is scrambling to preserve as much as possible. You know, all those games like with Newgrounds and Neopets and the Flash games, they're all gone. They're all disappearing. There's so many he, she, and they hours that are just disappearing into the ether.
MARLA has tracked down more than 1,000 artifacts so far, from Commodores to N64s, and IU recently recognized the lab as a full-fledged museum. Game design student Haven Hamlin is in charge of cataloging it.
I'm drenched in this culture. I loved games when I was a kid, and I still appreciate what they had done for me when I was growing up, and I want to recreate that for another generation.
The lab is open for any generation to find the games they grew up with. But Hamlin believes his generation is embracing the games made before they were born.
New mainstream games are often looked at as just more slop. We're just making some new thing. This is just a re-release of a re-release of a re-release. Mostly, my generation, we're looking at indie games and retro games.
Saving these games once went no further than finding a memory card. Powers now believes MARLA's mission is saving art and culture.
We owe it to those creators, and we owe it to future generations to really preserve this for the future.
At IU Indy, Taj Simmons, WRTV.
While MARLA is still seeking any game donations, which includes tabletop games and magazines, it is specifically seeking a Nintendo Virtual Boy and a Philips CDI.